guys, welcome to part number 3 of Rags to Riches, and in this part we are going to recap the last few days that Jordin has had to see what kind of successes and maybe a few failures that she has had along the way. Now in the last part she ended on a high note because she did make enough money to get herself a tent and a cooler so she has a place to sleep at night and a place to grab some food when she gets hungry. So let's take a look and see what she's been doing for the last couple of days. So Jordin had an early night and she slept a bit early for the evening and has woken up starving and having to use some facilities. So she headed over to this shrieking llama so she could take care of some needs, but she also wanted to meet some new people and maybe make some new friends. So why not grab a drink and chat up some of the locals and see what could turn out from the new friends that we could possibly be making. So she grabbed a bowl of chips because they are free, and that girl is all about finding budget-friendly options for her necessities. So she's feeling a little bit hungry, so why not grab some free chips while meeting Dominic. So he is a new person in her life that she just spotted at the bar, having a few drinks, looking dapper in his pink jacket and chapeau. So she chatted him up, but he must not have been feeling her because he did take off pretty quickly. So it was alien night at the bar, and as you can see, she had a run-in with an alien who altered her perception just a bit and gave her a bit of false confidence. She was feeling really high until she realized that she had been deceived by the tricky aliens that were attending alien night. So after having the aliens toy with her emotions, Jordin needed some fresh air, so she headed out to find some things that she might be able to sell. She looked for a couple of frogs, and she was successful in finding some. And then she decided, why not spend a bit of quiet time at the pond fishing? It's something that she's quite learning to enjoy, and she's getting pretty good at. So look at that beautiful evening. She's just with her thoughts, thinking over how her life is turning out, and very victorious, feeling victorious for the small things that she's accomplished already. And you guys, she had a very successful time at the pond, and she collected a couple of things that she'll be able to sell later on. Look at our girl go. Jordin is headed back home for a snack, but she also wants to see how successful she was in her collecting and fishing. So how much did she make? Not too bad for a few hours scavenging and fishing. So after Jordin has her little snack, she's gonna take a nap because she's getting a little bit tired, and then she's gonna head out once again to Oasis Springs. Now here at Oasis Springs, Jordin decides to go scavenging or rummaging through the trash cans to see if there's anything that she can find. And unfortunately, the only thing that she was able to accomplish was making a big old mess and getting herself super stinky. She was very uncomfortable and filthy. So she looked for a couple of collectibles as long as she was able to stand her own funkadunk, and then she decided to do a bit more fishing because she was quite successful at the last go of it. So we collected a few things from the pond that she'll be able to sell later. A few things we had to throw back because they were just odds and ends that people tossed that were really worthless. But in the end, she ended up with a good haul that she could sell later. But all of that work did wear on her, and she needed a shower. So she headed over to the gym to clean herself up, but then she decided to look for more things to sell, and she forgot to put her clothes back on, and she headed out in her towel. And I think we can chalk that up to her being exhausted. She can barely lift her feet, but the girl is plugging away, trying to make it in this world. So she's found a couple of collectibles that she manages to scrape up before it's time to call it a night. She is just worn out, and I don't think she's realized yet that she's almost completely naked in public. But she's got her shades on because you gotta be cool in those shades, even though the sun has gone down. She's just not, you know what? I feel so bad for her, you guys. But it's sleepy time. Time to put our clothes back on and head home. Jordin's really had an exhausting day, but she's feeling hungry again, so she's gonna grab another bowl of cereal from her cooler, and hopefully that'll fill her belly for the night. She's super tired and she just wants to rest, and she doesn't quite make it into the tent. She's just too exhausted, but she recovers quickly and calls it a night. After a somewhat pleasant night's sleep in a tent, Jordin wakes up desperate for some facility use. She's got to pee-pees, you guys, and she's starving again. So while it's very nice that we have a cooler on our home lot, it does not provide food that is super filling, so we're still hungry often, but it does provide an endless supply of food, so we can help settle that hunger just a bit. But I think we're going to head over to our friend Summer's house to see if she can help us out. Jordin has made it just barely to Summer's house, and she's really holding those knees together because she's really got to go shee-shees, but she's super excited to be seeing Summer again, and she's very happy to be inside a nice warm home for a change. It's been a while since she's had the comforts of home, so she is so grateful that she made a new friend in Summer, and that she's gracious enough to let us come hang out at her house from time to time. So we're going to take a full advantage of that, and Jordin is going to freshen herself up a bit. I don't think we are close enough friends with Summer yet to be able to take a shower or even sleep here, but after we have a bit of a chat with her on the sofa just to say, hey girl, hey, thanks for letting me stop by, she's gonna go ahead and handle some of her needs. And now that Jordin is feeling a bit relieved, she's gonna sit down and spend a bit more time with Summer. She noticed that maybe she was having a bit of a struggle with her friendship with Salim, so she's gonna kind of convince her to maybe chat him up, give him a call, and fix that relationship, because you know what, you only live one life. It's too short to be angry at another sim for too long, and I think Summer might be agreeing with her and willing to give Salim a second chance. After spending part of the afternoon with Summer, Jordin decided to head back to Oasis Springs to see if she could get lucky once again and maybe pull out some things that were quite valuable from this gorgeous pond that was hidden away behind a park that she just happened to find at the base of the mountains. The water is sparkling and shining, and it was just calling to her, so she pulled out her handy dandy fishing pole, and let's see what she pulls out. Will she get lucky, you guys? I think she just might. And Jordin can't believe her eyes. She pulled out a violin from the pond. Who would toss a violin in the pond? Jordin has no idea, but you know what? One man's trash is another woman's treasure. So she is super happy to scoop that up. And I'll tell you guys, I'm pretty sure that violin is worth quite a bit of money. So not only does she pull out one violin, but she also catches some super nice fish that she's able to sell for a good chunk of change. Now, what else is she gonna catch? It must be Jordin's lucky day, guys, because she got number 2, violin number 2. So after that super fortunate time at the pond, she could smell the beautiful smell of baked potatoes on the grill. Like, who does that? I don't know, somebody. So she helped herself to a nice plate and she tallied up the money that she earned today. And you guys, she's got 1,400 simoleons in her pocket and she couldn't be happier. So what shall she do with all of this money? I think we have some ideas. But before we get to that, let's see if we can chat up Dominic for a bit because we're feeling a bit lonely. So you guys, I think Jordin had quite a good day. She has returned back to her home lot and she tallied up the items that she sold and she wasn't quite able to make enough money today to get herself a little structure, 4 walls and a bed maybe. But that's okay. She is not letting that get her down. She decided to buy some seeds and get a garden started so she can start making money from her home lot as well as searching for items around town. She's done quite well for herself as well as from fishing. She found 2 violins. They were worth 425 simoleons each, but she did decide to keep one for herself because she wants to learn how to play that violin, and who knows, maybe she will be a famous violinist one day. She does enjoy music and it brings her a bit of joy, so we're gonna have to struggle through hearing her learn how to play that instrument. But for now, she's super excited that she was able to make so much money on the other violin as well as selling all of the beautiful fish that she caught at the pond today. So you guys, I think she did pretty good in this episode, and I hope you enjoyed checking in on the day of the life of Jordin. So if you guys enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.